In order to pass a reality test, one must demonstrate the ability to see a situation for what it really is and act accordingly to work toward the best possible outcome. A failing individual allows irrational fears to form false realities, seeks out disinformation either consciously or unconsciously to reinforce the bogus ideas, denies any and all empirical evidence that contradicts their bogus reality without the shame of self-consciousness, and promotes the direct opposite of factual reality.
Unfortunately, there's not a reality test to vote, not even to run for office. You can have any set of bogus ideas and vote and even get elected. Right now, it's more important to be able to tell fact from fiction than ever before. These midterm elections in 2022 are all about reality. The facts of the matter are that if humans want to mitigate the negative effects of climate change, the United States has to be a leader. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we have elected officials that can tell the difference between fact and fiction. Hey, I get it. Politics are some of the last things we want to be thinking about. Makes us feel so small and insignificant. That's why I'm going to do a big giveaway with 10 prizes and 10 winners. Of the entries, the computer will select 10 people randomly. Of those 10, 8 of them will win one of these glass bricks. It's ladle cast glass into the sand, individually made by myself. That was part of an installation called The Benefits of Today. This is a wide view of that installation, and the glass bricks were making up this wall. Each one of these units is one of these bricks. They are a reminder of the fragility and the value of the moment. They're all a little bit different, but they will all be signed for this individual giveaway. The only way that anybody's ever going to get any of these glass bricks is through one of my giveaways. The other prize is a water drop vase, hand blown by myself. Has a punny mark, a small neck. Coloration is a little bit different than the last one, and it's a little bit taller. I'll show you the grand prize later. Democracy in the United States of America was built from messy origins. It is imperfect, and it needs lots of improvements. But one of its strengths, however, is the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. This gives the right for folks to speak truth to power. Unfortunately, the First Amendment is being abused to spread false information and lies. Often these lies connect to people's fears and insecurities. It is easy to let the feelings of powerlessness lure us into apathy when it comes to climate change and the lies that are on the verge of destroying our country. Don't give up hope. Come on, demonstrate the ability to see the situation for what it really is and act accordingly to work toward the best possible outcome. Having multiple perspectives is a requirement for having a healthy society. But spreading lies and disinformation for personal or political gain is wrong and actually dangerous. These are existential times. We have to look to what we have in common instead of our differences. Right now, working together, we have power. The power given to us by our democracy. The power to have our votes counted and counted for. All right, so this is it. This is the grand prize. I just finished it, but I made this glass a long time ago. I just finished painting this Stars and Stripes on the back side and putting a teak wood frame around it. Let me show you what it looks like with the light coming through it. This can be hung on the wall or in a window. I hope you find it worth participating for. This giveaway is all about the elections 2022 and being able to vote with the clearest mind and the best possibilities, being able to differentiate between fact and fiction. So the requirement for one entry is to, before you vote, you gotta vote, but before you vote, give yourself a little reality test and also give the candidates that you're voting for a little reality test and make sure that they can differentiate between fact and fiction. That's what you have to do for one entry. For 4 bonus entries, you can do any one of these things. Contribute to a candidate that can tell the difference between fact and fantasy and who's going to work towards mitigating the negative effects of climate change. Get out the vote. Everybody's got to vote. We got to make sure that there's as many people voting as possible. And the last one is probably the hardest one, is help others who might need a reality test. When we discover ourselves that we have bogus thinking, it's like one of the hardest things that you can go through because we identify with our thoughts, and the chances of actually changing anybody are pretty low, so don't get your hopes up. But it's really important that we can talk, bounce ideas off of each other, and see if your thinking is actually correct or if it's just a bunch of bogus ideas that are based in fear and hatred. Hey, thanks for watching, and let's all work together to mitigate some of these negative effects of climate change.